There we go. Hello, I'm Economic Mayhem. I wanted to make this quick video, some LG V20 update, question and answer. People asked me a lot about battery life. Battery life is really good. I'm not average. If I don't use the phone, I'm sure it would last a long time, but I'm a heavy user, power user, whatever you want to call it, and my screen is on a lot, and it gets about 4 hours, I would say, of screen time. I'm trying to check that about 4 hours. And that's great, much better than my previous phone. Happy about that. Also, about battery life is like at night. I was kind of impressed. I mean, previous phones of previous years, at night you leave the Wi-Fi and data on or something like that, and it's 0 in the morning. It's 5% or something when the morning comes because it's just burning battery all night long. Well, I left the phone screen off, went to bed with the Wi-Fi on and the data on, and it used about 1% per hour. So I went to sleep, and about 6 hours later, it was down 6%. And that's, if your battery's 90 and you go to bed, you wake up, it's going to be like 73. That's good. That's great. And that's even with Wi-Fi on and data on. I'm not sure if syncing was on. I suspect it was. But that's really good. Okay, so the battery life is really good. I'm really happy with it. For me, I do have an extra battery, and I use it mostly on the weekends because during the day, weekdays, I can get to work on time and I can charge the battery when I get to work, and then it's a full charge basically when I go home. So by the time I get home, of course, it's not empty either. Even though I have a rather long commute, I don't need to change my battery every day. But I think it's good to cycle the batteries. So that's the first thing. Battery life is great. Nighttime battery life is great. It's really good. No complaints. Running really well. I probably should test it with like Twitter notifications on, because Twitter is quite battery intensive, constantly pumping notifications at me, but usually they're off. Batteries. I just want to update. Some of you know, some of you may not know. To take care of your batteries, the technology your charger technology, the phone technology and the charger technology cannot overcharge the battery. Okay, so the moment the battery tries to go over 100%, you're damaging the battery. So it needs to have the voltage cut off as soon as possible at 99, 100, okay, and stop. Then what it needs to do, the proper tech would be when it goes back down to 99, it would charge it back to 100 and stop. Maybe you would use it would go down to 99, it would charge it back up to 100 and stop. It cannot go over 100. That's terrible. Any charger tech, so try to use I don't know LG's technology is that great. I've heard there are other battery devices like laptops and stuff that have built this in, where if you're on I remember there's a laptop that if you're on the laptop on charger constantly, the laptop will notify you and drop the battery to 50%. And then if you're going to take the battery off and take the laptop off the charger, you can charge it back to 100 and then go. Okay? So again, that's a way to preserve the battery. If you're going to store the battery for any length of time, 50% is pretty good. It's probably the best. So number one rule, then would be don't overcharge. Use the chargers that come with the phone or whatever. Do not overcharge batteries. If you get some bad tech, it'll damage the batteries when you overcharge. That's number one. Number two, storage at 50. If you're not going to use the battery for any length of time, leave it at 50. Try to leave it at 50. And the third one that's really important is these lithium-ion batteries hate being deep charged, deep drained. When it gets down to like 15%, turn off the phone or change the battery right away. When it gets low, it doesn't like it. It hurts the life of the battery. Okay, so these are the things I would recommend. Next, some people have been asking me about the camera quality. It's really good. I have no complaints. There are problems with the phone shaking like that, and that's my hand. I'm getting, some people have commented that, about getting some equipment. I do want a tripod I have a tripod, but I need the adapter for my phone and things like that. It's a really light, very small, light tripod. But things like that I need to better, get better quality vlog or whatever you call this, quality out of it. Shaking the phone's not a wise thing to do. Okay, so I appreciate all the suggestions. It's going to be a little shaky for a while as I gather my equipment to do a better and better broadcast and better vlogs or whatever. So be patient with me. Anything else? Just thought those were the couple of things that people were asking me about. Nothing really comes to my mind. Like, comment, make any suggestions, ask me questions. I'll get back to you in a few days with the answers to your questions. Next thing, I almost forgot the earbuds. I like these earbuds. When I went to the store, there's the V20 headphone. When I went to the store, I compared these to other ones in the store. Considering the price points and stuff, it's really expensive to get higher stuff. And one thing you look at when you look at these headphones is like, okay, where's the frequency response? Well, the frequency response is misleading. It doesn't really tell you the real deep quality of the headphones just by, if you take 5 or 6 earbuds or headphones with the same frequency response, you're going to get kind of the same, you're going to get perhaps different sounds. Some things could be different. So frequency response is important, but it's not that all telling. It doesn't tell you everything. And I'm not really an audiophile, but I know when I was reading my audiophile stuff a few years ago, the frequency response was not the best indicator of quality. And if you want to get headphones that have, lower frequency response and higher frequency response, like for example, 10 hertz to 30,000 hertz, okay, something like that, kilohertz, you're looking at really expensive stuff. And so comparing everything in the store, I said, okay, I'm just going to keep the B&O headphones that came with the phone. But I had a small problem in that the headphones were not tight in the ear, and they were falling out easier, and I had to turn up the volume louder to hear the sound, which is not good for my ears or anybody else's ears. So what I did was, while I was going through the store looking at other options, I saw a pack of these styrofoam, I don't know, memory foam kind of earbuds attachments here. And so I took off the default ones and I put on these, and they're really good now. They sound really nice. The bass is good. The highs are good. So if you have trouble, change that to something else. Is a good option if you don't want to purchase something else. But I'm sure many people buying the phone already have some amazing headphones somewhere in their life and in their possession, and so they'll use those. But for the travel and for me, this is good, and this solves my problem. And so I don't need to purchase some other headphones that are, you know, doubtful to be better or could be worse or something. I tried some really bass headphones, like Skull Candy, that have that, they market the bass in the Skull Candy. They market that bass, and I didn't like it. Like previously on my G4, I had some Skull Candy earbuds that sounded really good, but then with this phone, I didn't like it. I was like, I'll keep these. I'll keep the B&O default ones that come with the phone. And so I'm really satisfied with that. It's really good. I'm satisfied with that. It solves all my problems. It's nice and big now. It forms to my ear, sucks into my ear, stays there. And I recommend something like that to solve that problem. If you can't afford a better option. So thanks for watching, subscribing. Keep up to date. Ask me more questions. Like and subscribe. Later.